Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another video in our YouTube series, not the other series. Hey, that's my dog's feet clacking on the floor, by the way. And if you're not subscribed, hey, just go ahead and subscribe, will you? It's real easy. It's free. You just click a button. And if you are subscribed, I appreciate you because you already clicked the button. And this is kind of a neglected series, right? I mean, I kind of left it by the wayside a while back and haven't really done much more on it, but I have a lot of really good ideas for it on how to just keep making it better. And we're just going to jump right into that. So, and I've got a lot of great feedback from you guys, by the way, about things I could do in this series or like little tweaks or where other people ran into errors that I didn't run into. So, that's and I don't know if I already noted it, but I think I might have said this in a video before, but I wanted to make it clear again. These you see here, these Jumbotrons, that's a Bootstrap 4 thing. Bootstrap 5 doesn't have these. So if they're not working for you, it's because you are on a more recent version of Bootstrap where these were dropped. So, and I didn't even know they did that. Actually, somebody pointed that out to me. All right, anyway, in this video, I just kind of wanted to cover real fast what I'm going to be covering in some of the upcoming videos in this series, like kind of like milestones. And then beyond the milestones, there's going to be more in here that's beyond this stuff, but just for the most upcoming ones. So the first one we're going to do is we're just going to create a better menu system. If you look back in here, this menu page, it's okay, but it's pretty disorganized, and it doesn't look as good as what I'm building in my other series. If you look at my tag mixer packages page, let's open that up. This is for a different plugin series I'm doing on this channel too. You see how much better this looks? How much more organized? And how much better it feels. It just flows way better. This looks much better than this, in my opinion. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go for this look right now, and that's going to be the first video, creating a better menu system. And this is going to be a pretty fast video. And then we're going to do a watch random video button that is back out on the front end. The user will be able to click a button that says watch random video, and it will randomly select a video from our database and then take them to the page. It'll have the advertiser settings, blah, 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 but they can just watch random videos. We're going to have a multiple channels inclusion. I'm actually going to create a custom post type. We're going to do that together for this part, for channel IDs, and you're going to be able to add multiple channel IDs, and then it's going to rotate in videos from multiple channels into your video feed. So you can like in my case, I could have added Motor Trend. I could have added like Mighty Car Mods. I could have added... let's see, what other car channels do I love? I could have added the Roadkill channel. I guess they moved over to they moved over to Motor Trend though. But 1320 video, like all these guys that have like drag racing channels, car channels, cars I'm into, like Model A's, stuff like that. I could make a whole video feed of all those videos and have it updated in just all those channels. So, or like if I wanted to curate channels for like an audience or something, I could do that. So we're going to create a custom post type and do that. And we're going to have multiple channels inclusion, and then you'll be able to sort videos based on certain channels and stuff like that. A couple of really cool upgrades. Just more learning how to use databasing in WordPress, basically. And then I'm going to have a next, previous, and most recent links on the watch page. They're going to be on each side of the video to watch the next video from this channel, the previous video from this channel, or the most recent. So that's going to be pretty cool. It'll use our database information to do that. And then I want to add the user notification system about statuses. That's like when you do something, it says it at the top of the page, like you've successfully added a new shortcode, you've successfully added a new channel, you've successfully updated API, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of want to do that too, because at this point, the user doesn't really have any messaging to know when something's been successfully added or not. So I want to do that. So in today's video, like I said, we're going to start right here, creating a better menu system. And this is kind of like our milestones. And we've done this stuff. Our plugin's looking pretty good. So, and once again, hey, I just wanted to point this out too. A lot of people have been reaching out to me privately through my website email for help on stuff. And you guys can feel free to do that. If you're stuck in this course and all that, like my website is a direct link to me, my email. So if you guys need to reach out for help, you can do that there, or just comment and then I'll respond to the comment. Okay, so to do this, to get this look over here, we need to come back over to Bootstrap, and we need to use a collapse. That's what I've been using and all the other stuff. I kind of like this toggle element thing too, but the problem is they're not centered, they're offset. And so, I mean, this would be okay too, something like this. But I really want to go for an accordion, and this is going to be super easy. I really like accordions. But once again, WordPress has kind of a finicky issue with accordions when you just put them in. In fact, I'll just show you. When you take an accordion and you go... Let's see. We're in our WP10 test. We're going to go to our admin, partials, and then we're going to the settings callback page. All right. And down at the bottom, if we just go ahead and add this in, just like give us some space, slam that in, and then head back and refresh this, you're going to find that, did I refresh? Oh yeah, there it is. So it's kind of like weirdly styled, right? Look at it. It looks really dumb, right? Like, why is it separated? Why does it have this space? Because the theme I'm using, unfortunately, overrides this stuff by default. So to fix that, I've wrote a little bit of CSS that's from my other Tag Mixer series, which is getting more videos soon, by the way, as well. And there's a simple fix for this, styling-wise. And in order to fix it, we have to come to the top and we have to do a teeny tiny bit of in-page styling. Don't be afraid, it's super easy. Okay, and what we need to do, I'm just going to paste in what I did, and then I'll show you, because it's just a few lines, and for the sake of this video being shorter, and the fact that I already wrote it in another video, I'm just going to paste it. Alright, so here's what we're doing. As you know, if you look back at the Bootstrap, these are done by class card and IDs, accordion, or class accordion, class card. So if we come back here and take a look, I have card and accordion being changed. Oh, and this is WP wrap. That's changing the whole background to black. We're not going to do that here. So instead, I'm taking away its border. I'm taking away its padding, its margin. I'm making its max width 100%. That's these items here. Taking away this border, changing a bunch of their stuff. And then accordion itself, I'm making 80% of the page width. I'm making its max width 100. And I'm saying margin 0 auto, which means it's going to center it. So once we come back here and I refresh it again, you're going to see that will solve a lot of these weird styling issues this has. And as you can see, that helped a lot. Now these look much, much better, much more like the Bootstrap examples. So we can get rid of Bootstrap. All right, now we need to move each of these into their slot. And that's extremely easy, actually, because we've already separated these really, really well by how I separated them in the code. So all you have to do is come down to the collapse. Oh, by the way, Alt-Z to word wrap. I always have to do that over and over in here. I should just set it in the settings. So you have card 1, or collapse 1, collapse 2, collapse 3. And this is what's inside the collapse. So in collapse 1, what we're going to do is we're just going to get rid of this text here. Give ourselves a couple of spaces. Separate out the stuff. And then we're going to take whatever. From up here, that very first div that has the YouTube information, it's the div right after form ends. And then the first div before form. So we're taking line 37 through 57. And Control X. We'll just take that on down. On down Plasticville right here, and then boop, drop that in there. All right, and we're gonna do the same thing for the other two. Super easy. So all we gotta do is take the next one that has a div to the form, and really easy. So we're gonna take this one, same exact thing, drop it right down into collapse 2 right here, and a couple more spaces, and okay, super easy there. And then obviously you can probably guess where this is going, right? Yeah. So now what we need to do is we need to take the very last one right here, and we need to put it in its own. Right here. Okay, super, super, super simple. And this is a really short, easy video, because all we're trying to do is clean up this settings a little bit before we get started on some of the more advanced stuff. All right, so now what we can do is we can get rid of the remaining stuff hanging around, these divs and stuff, except for this top one. You want to keep that, the H1. We want to keep the H1. All right, so back over here, things should be looking a little bit more fresh. And they do. All right, perfect. But they still say collapse groups, but they're going to work exactly the same. So we didn't change anything as far as how the code itself works for the short code and the YouTube API import and all that. We just made it a little more user-friendly. So let's go ahead and just change the titles. In collapse group item 1, let's just say YouTube API key and settings. And in group 2, we're going to say advertiser settings. I know it's like impossible to guess what I'm going to say, right? It's impossible. Advertiser settings. And then in the third one, we're going to say shortcode settings. Wow. All right. And that should be it. That should go ahead and make our items a little more manageable. And also, by the way, that one's open by default because inside the Bootstrap code, if you head back up to the card 1 collapse, and you're going to see where it's, let's see, let's look for the accordion ID collapse 1. It's going to have it's going to have it that it's open. See, expanded true. See this right here? You'll find that the other ones don't have that. So if we go down and we look for the class right under the, or the button that opens it, the next button class, see, air expanded false, So you can set that to true for whichever one you want open, or you can set them all false and they'll all start like this. And I probably would put some more text beneath that kind of explains what this plugin is, what it does, how to get started, blah, blah, blah. Probably make a documentation page. That's probably also something we're going to do as well. Make documentation. Oh, and extremely important. I'm going to go over like plugin security. Just kind of going through and cleaning up the plugin, things making it more secure. Somebody mentioned this to me and said, hey, is this plugin secure? And I said, well, I haven't really been focusing on security. I've been focusing more on just building a plugin using the WordPress Boilerplate, which is pretty decent. So I'm not really too worried about it. But, you know, it's always worth securing your plugin, obviously, because people are going to be using it in real application. So I think that at this point, in this video, I just kind of wanted to talk about that and try to keep this one a true 10-minute or less video. I wanted to show you kind of where we're headed with this like little series, and I think I'm going to keep adding stuff to it. Tag Mixer series is getting a lot more videos added to it by the way as well. And then that's going to look a lot better. This will be in the GitHub, by the way. As I update this, I'll keep updating the GitHub because I wanted to make it so we could continually add more settings, and they're easier to access. And we could make these buttons have anything. We could add icons to them, change their font sizes, change the background colors, blah, 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 which I might do. But at this point, I'm just leaving it so that we can just add unlimited new things to it. Because like I said, this is going to get a huge upgrade into a list that contains all of our custom posts, so we can delete channel IDs, add channel IDs, blah, blah, purge the database of certain videos that contain that channel ID. There's going to be a lot of updating right there. So this YouTube API key and settings is actually going to get updated to be YouTube API and videos, or like and channels or something like that. Advertiser settings, we're not going to do much with that. I just kind of showcase how you could have your own advertisements on your site and all that. You guys already know most of this stuff. So anyway, I'm looking forward to the next video, guys, where we actually get into this watch random video button. I'm really excited to build that, where it just kind of takes a random video in our database and then displays it so the user can just start watching something random right off the bat, and then they can just keep clicking watch random video, and that's a pretty cool feature. And then the multiple channels inclusion is going to be quite a few videos about creating our custom posts and all that. So hey, if you guys are looking forward to this series, let me know, man. Subscribe, will you, if you're not already? And if you are subscribed, I do appreciate you. I think I'm like almost to 400 now, which is a big deal for me. I remember being excited about being at 100, and I'm sure people who've been around for a while remember that too. So I'm feeling really good, making my way halfway to 1,000. But hey, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one, where we start working on this thing again by making a random video button.